Jeff, how have you benefited from being a member of the Irving Las Colinas Chamber?
We joined the chamber about a year into our business at the recommendation of our franchise, which of course FastSigns Corporate. And it wasn't reluctance to join, it was simply time management issues, having a fledgling little business going. We certainly had the challenges of being new owners and all those things in our lap, and new staff, and we turned over an enormous amount of our staff right after we bought the store. But engaging with the chamber did two or three things right away. The first thing we did was just join, and we started going to the mixers, and we started going to the network meetings, and right away we noticed people were interested in doing business with us. So we started getting some opportunities to bid on projects and work with customers over and over. After a little bit of time, I would say it probably took us about 6 months of being involved, not just being a member and not being in the directory, but actually going to things. And we made a point not to miss a thing. We made every single event. After about 6 months, it became real obvious that we were meeting decision makers, shaking hands with executives from some pretty major corporations right here in our backyard, that every direct mail campaign I could ever tried or attempted would have never gotten that person's name in front of mine. It just wouldn't have happened. So within about 6 months, we took a different position. We went back to the chamber and said, look, we really like what we're experiencing here. We're seeing opportunities, we're meeting the right people, we're getting in the right circles, and we're generating opportunities. How can we get better involved in the chamber? What can we do that can get us more exposure? We ended up becoming a sponsor of the chamber. Our first year, we actually did a very large trade with the chamber where we gave them several $1,000s worth of signs. In return, we got advertising on their website, on their newsletters. We were listed on their economic development investors, and on. What happens is, all of a sudden your name's appearing everywhere that the chamber's name is starting to appear, and you're showing up at their events, and we was invited to join the board of the chamber. That one task alone was probably the most valuable. That put me first name basis with 40 to 50 business leaders here in Irving. We got to know the staff. The staff is crucial in your success with the chamber. If they know what you do, when that call comes in at the front desk at the chamber now and says, hey, we're about to open a business here in town and we don't know who to call for signs, who are they going to recommend? They're going to recommend the person that they know right off the top of their head, that's engaged, that's involved, that's committed to the chamber, and it's been very beneficial. I would say that for probably the last 4 years in particular, that 30% of our new business has come from the chamber in Irving, just through connections, through people that we meet, and I would almost put it on the point as it's more important than any other marketing we do. It's that critical to our business. We're a business to business, so we're not a business to consumer typically, so that's a little different than some of the companies that might join a chamber. My advice, get involved, join a committee, get to meet as many people that are members of that chamber as you can, and make sure they know you on a first name basis, because those referrals, in my opinion, are worth gold. That's countless times a day we get customers that call that say, hey, Vicki over at such and such recommended I give you a call, we need to do a trade show. They didn't know where to go, they didn't know where to start, and right there we have in our hands an opportunity. It just dropped in our lap. And if we don't exceed their expectations, then they're not going to refer us, they're not going to come back. So it's been a very valuable relationship for us, one that we do not plan to change, and it will stay and continue to be sponsors and involved in the chamber as long as they exist, most likely.
Thoughts and Visions is a presentation of EBM-Corp and the Irving Las Colinas Chamber of Commerce. I'm Bob Kaplitz.